We have over 400 right now under arrest. These are bad people. Over the last 3.5 years, we've secured America's borders, fixed our broken trade deals, rebuilt the United States military, obliterated the ISIS caliphate 100%, secured American energy independence, and built the single greatest economy in the history of the world. And now we're going to do it again. Have to do it again. It's actually happening in a super V, not a V, it's a super V. And you'll see that, and big numbers are coming out and have come out. And just watch your set or watch your newspaper, read your newspaper. You're seeing numbers that, Congressman, we haven't seen those numbers ever before, actually. But the stock market's at record levels. Think of it. But I will tell you, the election that we have coming up is the single most important election in the history of this country. But we had record enthusiasm in 2016. By the way, was that the greatest evening ever? November. And now it's going to be November 3rd. And we'll keep it going, and we'll get it all like a tree. You move that tree, it takes a little while to plant, your tax cuts. They're going to raise your taxes. I think we're way ahead of what we were 4 years ago, and there's far more enthusiasm. Our base is bigger, it's stronger, and we've done the greatest job. Again, today I'm delighted to accept a very, very special endorsement from people I like. Sort of grew up with these people. I don't know what it is, the relationship we have with all of us. With all of us. But I'm getting an endorsement tonight from some very, very special people. They work hard, they do great. We really put them back to work because this state was in trouble. And last year, you had the single greatest year, economic year, in the history of your whole operation, right? Of your whole operation. You've never had anything like that. This has been your greatest. This has been, prior to the plague coming in, it's been the Commonwealth's greatest. Can we ever call the Commonwealth a state? You got two places. And you always have to say, well, wait a minute, is this one a Commonwealth? Two places. You know what the other place is? Name it. Huh? That's right. How did you know that, Congressman? Huh? But this Commonwealth, it's a great Commonwealth. It's a great place. And the Boilermakers local union, it's local 154 of the Boilermakers, they chartered in Pittsburgh 125 years ago. None of you are around to see it. And it now represents members in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia. And I want to thank John Hughes and the Boilermakers here today. It's a great honor to have you. Who's John? Where the hell is John? Stand up, John. John, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. It was sort of easy. I just opened it up and I said, do it. And the investment put into Pennsylvania, the investment put into the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania has been record-setting. But again, you had the greatest year you've ever had last year prior to the virus. You're going to be set now with what we're doing. I believe that this next quarter, which will be announced, interestingly, just prior to the election. So I'm putting myself in the line, but I know what's going to happen. The numbers are going to be great. And next year is going to be one of the greatest years, not only for Pennsylvania, but for the entire country. I think I've answered more questions from these maniacs than any president in history. So anyway, these are really dangerous people. They are so bad for our country. If we had honest press, it would be so great for the USA. Another great friend of mine is a tough cookie and a great congressman, but unfortunately, he's a former because he's just, I don't know, he's just a special guy and really has a big, beautiful heart. In less than 4 years, we've achieved more than anyone thought possible. We passed massive tax cuts for hardworking families, and we eliminated more regulations than any administration in the history of our country. Democrat politicians have failed the black community for decades. They failed the Asian community, the Hispanic community. They failed women. The numbers on women's unemployment were the best in 61 years. Under my administration, we achieved the most secure border in American history. We built 300 miles of border wall, and we're adding 10 new miles every single year. And we just did something that is incredible. Even the New York Times gave it good reviews. Not good reviews, beyond good reviews. Tom Friedman gave it phenomenal reviews. You believe that? And we achieved the first breakthrough in Middle East peace in decades. A deal with Israel, right? And the UAE. These numbers. Cases in the U.S. have declined by 28% nationwide over the last month, and hospitalizations and deaths have declined radically over the last week. And by the way, just today, there's another incredible thing happening. Pfizer, great company, announced that it expects to have the results of its vaccine trials. Incredible. Under Operation Warp Speed, we remain on track to produce a safe and effective vaccine in that record time that we talked about. And let me just tell you something. If they didn't waste a year and a half of my life on a ridiculous impeachment based on a phone call that was perfect, this stuff would have all been done. It would have all been done. Really. The fake Ukraine. How about that? Did anybody read the transcript of that call? It was a perfect call. Hey, congratulations, good luck. It was like a perfect call. Now they'll take it back and they'll say, well, I don't know. This was in history, there's never been anything like this. We don't want surprise medical billing. You know what happens. It's terrible. But we have ended it. And also, we've signed something that's incredible. You're going to see. Some people say it's bigger than health care. And I signed it. I said, when does it start? And it's a complicated. Oh, I was fought. You have no idea. Right, fellas? You were fought, too. But they fought me on this. Price transparency. It's bigger than health care. Could be bigger than health care. But America will land the first woman on the moon, and the United States will be the first nation to land an astronaut on Mars. When I took over, NASA was dead. Now it's the most vibrant space center in the world by far. We mined the coal, worked the railroads, forged the steel that made America into the greatest and most powerful nation in the history of the world. That's in the history of the world, and we are making it greater than it's ever been before. That's what's going to happen. And we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. America will soon be thriving like never before. Next year will be the greatest economic year in the history of our country. We will make America safe again, and we will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you, Pennsylvania.